you like metal, you're in the right place. Welcome, metalheads. I'm the host of Heavy Metal Philosophy and writer for Metal Digest, John Barbas. It's the weekend. That means we've got new metal albums to go through, and I'm bringing you my top 5. But before we do the top 5, let's go over the big releases from this week. First up, we got a new record from Avatar called Dance Devil Dance. I'm expecting some sort of weird Western polka to go with this metal. Haven't listened to it yet, but it is my next assignment for Metal Digest, so I will have a written review soon. Check this one out. Next up, we've got a double release from Ulthar called Entheonomicron and Helionomicron. Now, is this a dual album or is this 2 album releases? We'll have to dig into this Black and Death. Make sure you check this one out. And then before we get to the top 5, the big one this week was Hellripper, Warlocks Grim and Withered Hags. I wrote a glowing review for Metal Digest for this one. It doesn't get much better than this. This is exactly what you want out of a metal album if you're into old school metal, but you got this clean modern production with the evil vibes. So much fun on this one, you have to get it. Now let's do the top 5. Coming in at number 5, we've got the Black Mariah with Desert Grins and Funeral Hymns. This is like some blackened thrash with Western themes. And unlike that excellent Spirit World album that we talked about a few months ago, this one actually has Western sounds in the music and not just Western lyrics and artwork. Really weird one. Y'all know I like it weird. Check it out. Coming in at number 4, we've got Hexer with Abyssal. And this is like some doomy sludge. Now, don't let that doom moniker fool you. Yes, it does have slow parts, but it's also got a lot of fast parts. There's a lot of tremolo picking in this, but not the black metal tremolo picking. It's more sludgy surf. I found it interesting, and that's why you should check it out. 3, I've got Triglov. I hope I pronounced that correctly. If not, the text is on the screen and all of the band's links to their band camps will be in the description as always. Triglov, The Ritual. This is like some melodic black metal, but that doesn't really do it justice when they say melodic black metal. Yeah, that's the genre type, but this is super catchy. This is by far the catchiest black metal I've heard in a long time. And it even has a nice groove to it. Had my head bobbing a little bit. It's not that disgusting, reprehensible sounding black metal where they don't even want it to sound good. These guys actually make it want to sound good. I appreciate that. Number 3, check it out. Coming in at number 2, got Man Must Die, The Pain Behind It All. I already wrote a written review for Metal Digest for this one. You can catch that link in the description as well as all my other articles. This is an excellent album. It's listed as technical death metal, but that moniker is not really doing this band justice. You know, when you think technical death, you think super speedy drums and very technical guitar playing, and the guitar playing is technical, but the drums here could easily fit in with a groove metal band. And the vocals here are all over the place. They've got like Slipknot's cadence, Lamb of God's groove with like some hardcore aggression. I really love this one. Check it out. And hey, before we do number 1, and by the way, this week's number 1 is huge. You know, every week I talk about the best albums of the week. This week's number 1 is going to be best album of the month, maybe possibly on the album of the year list. This one's excellent. But before we do number 1, if you love metal the way that I love metal, then you should be subscribed to this channel because that's all we do here. And if you like any of these bands, please hit the like button. It helps spread the word about them. Very much appreciated. Now let's do number 1. Coming in at number 1, we've got Mourning Ashes with Chapter 5, Ruin. And that title, Chapter 5, it makes you think of 5 albums. They have 5 albums and they've released them very quickly and prolifically. So I imagine they must have some sort of overarching story. I'm not sure. All I know is this music sounds awesome. This is progressive death metal, but when you hear that word progressive, you think like nerd shit on the guitar. Don't think that here. Yes, the guitars are technical. Yes, they are prog, but it's more about the choices that they make and the sounds that they have rather than look what I can do. If you guys like Half, think Half. And you know I love Half. Now, I'm not saying they sound like half. I'm saying that sort of cool atmospheres and guitar choices. It's death metal, but a little bit more. I love this one. You know, if I'm comparing it to half, that's high praise for me. That was my 2022 album of the year. So you have to get this one. I'm going to be not only getting this one, but the previous 4 as well, because if they sound anything like this, I'm going to love it. I'm going to be spinning this again in the future. That's how much I like this one. But hey, we're not done yet. Album art of the week. This week's album art of the week is Winds of Tragedy. The album title's Hating Life, and just look at this. Does that not make you curious? This woman right here, she looks like she could cause real problems in my life. Not that I would, I'm a married man, but it's a possibility. But furthermore, look at that cross on the background. Why is she in a field? Look at that expression on her face. The name of the album is Hating Life. What is happening here? When I was looking through the album covers, this one made me wonder what's going on in the music. That's good album art. That's our album art of the week. Hey, and speaking of hot chicks, this week's weird metal headline of the week, we had Megan Fox talking trash about Machine Gun Kelly, deleting him from her Instagram, and then ultimately unfollowing him and then deleting her Instagram. Is there trouble in paradise? Megan, listen. Me and my wife, we got a place for you here if you want it. You would love it in the cabin in the woods. I'll let you pet my donkey. Come on, give your boy a call. And speaking of trying to ride the clout of other famous people to get views, this week I did a podcast saying that I want to fist fight Ronnie Radke. I also called out a couple of other people that I would fight if Ronnie doesn't want to fight, and I haven't heard from any of those people. So that means there's 2 possibilities. Either they did not see that episode because I've only got 1,800 subscribers and I'm ultimately a nobody in the face of these million subscriber YouTubers and big rock stars, or they're scared and they don't want none of this smoke. I'm going with option 2. Click right here if you want to hear that podcast. And in the meantime, and most importantly, read philosophy, listen to metal. I love you.